Hi everyone, my name is Juliana Browski, and today I'm going to show you a conspiracy theory speech on how Chuck E. Cheese is reusing their pizza. I'm a huge supporter of recycling. I encourage all my friends and family members to recycle whenever they possibly can. And for those who do not have a recycling bin in their household, I always ask them to set aside a special part in their kitchen or fill a plastic bag full of recyclables before bringing it out to their designated recycling bin. It isn't very good for the environment, and I hope everyone reduces and reuses and recycles. But what I am not a supporter of is restaurants recycling their food. A new conspiracy theory video came out on YouTube claiming Chuck E. Cheese is reusing their pizza. And for those who don't know what that means, it basically means a customer has leftover pizza on their table that they bring in, a waiter brings it back to the kitchen, and then the chef puts new toppings on, fills it in with cheese, and then they pass it off as new and fresh, which is not true. So today I'm going to show you guys some visuals of customer reviewed pizza, some facts of Chuck E. Cheese changing their name, some proper heating and cooling techniques, and cross-contamination that can cause illnesses. So first up, I want to show you guys some customer reviewed pictures only from both Chuck E. Cheese and other reputable pizza companies. I wanted to make sure that they were only customer reviewed because I know a lot of companies will Photoshop and touch up their food products. So I wanted to avoid any bias and bring that out. So first up, here's Chuck E. Cheese. As you can clearly see by the picture, at first glance, something does not completely add up. There is a weird gap in the pizza. The crust does not line up all around. It is not completely circular. And there are some pepperoni slices like this one right here where it seems that it was cut, but the rest of the pepperoni slice isn't on the other pizza slice. Next up, we have this one, also from Chuck E. Cheese, and it is clear that this slice is left out from the rest, and even right here, it is not completely symmetric and not completely circular. And some of you might say, oh, well, there's two different toppings of pizza. They could have baked them separately and then combined them. Well, I want to point out that even this slice does not match the cheese slice right next to it. Next, I want to show you another example of a Chuck E. Cheese pizza. Crust clearly not lining up right here, and the pepperoni slices also being cut in half, and then it is not the rest on the next pepperoni slice. Now I'm going to show you guys some other companies' pizzas, also customer reviewed pictures. This is Little Caesars. As you can tell, clearly very perfectly symmetrical and circular. No pieces look left out, and there are no pieces that look like they were shoved in. And to give you guys some variety, I wanted to show some pizzas with toppings on them, just like Chuck E. Cheese. So here's a Mianett's pizza. As you can clearly see, very symmetric, and all of the toppings line up. Nothing appears to be left out. The last pizza company I'm going to show you guys today is Domino's. This is a Domino's pizza. As you can see, it is also completely symmetric and circular. And then if you look closely at the toppings, it is shown that there are no toppings that have been cut in half, and the rest of the pepperoni slice is left out on the other slice of pizza. And it is only Chuck E. Cheese that appears to be having this problem. Weird, I know. So next up, Chuck E. Cheese has changed its name. According to a New York Post in 2020, Chuck E. Cheese has changed its names from Chuck E. Cheese Pizza to Pasqually's Pizza and Wings. This comes after Chuck E. Cheese announced that it did not reuse its pizza. Now, I know some of you are thinking, oh, that's not a big deal. Actually, it is, because if customers truly didn't believe that Chuck E. Cheese was reusing their pizza and there was no discrepancies in their pizza, and Chuck E. Cheese didn't have any problems with their stock market and sales, then there would be no need to change their company name. A lot of companies only change their name when their current company name brings a bad reputation to their company and it is hurting them. So Chuck E. Cheese changing its name from Chuck E. Cheese to Pasqually's, a little interesting. For those of you about to go try Chuck E. Cheese pizza or maybe trust Chuck E. Cheese again, I'm going to stop you right there and say, let's look at some facts. First up, if you do not properly heat and cool your food, you could get really sick. According to restaurant.org in 2017, There's a 6-hour window for proper cooling time. The first 2 hours, you need to go from 135 degrees Fahrenheit to 71 degrees Fahrenheit in order for it to be safe. The next 4 hours need to go from 70 degrees Fahrenheit to at least 41 degrees Fahrenheit. This is extremely precise but extremely important for any bacteria to not grow. Next, Healthline.com states that in order to properly reheat pizza specifically, you need to bake your pizza at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for around 10 minutes in order for all bacterial growth to be killed. If not, you can eat those harmful bacteria, and I'm going to talk to you guys about some serious sicknesses that are caused from cross-contamination. According to HoustonTexas.gov, cross-contamination is the leading cause of foodborne illnesses. And cross-contamination is when dirty utensils, human contact, food touching other food meshes together, and then it transfers bacteria from one food to another and we eat it. We want to prevent that because the Department of Health came out and saying some of the foodborne illnesses that we can get from cross-contamination include food poisoning, salmonella, campylobacterial, Clostridium, Staphylococcus, and some of those side effects are really gross, like vomiting, diarrhea, nausea. Some of them actually cause sores on your nose, your mouth, your eyes, and the inside of your throat. Something that we truly want to avoid. So before you trust Chuck E. Cheese again, remember you're outweighing the benefits versus the risks. Chuck E. Cheese is reusing their pizza, and according to the visuals and Chuck E. Cheese's actions, it's very questionable, and I believe that Chuck E. Cheese is reusing their pizza, and we as a community should be very safe because of the illnesses that I talked about earlier. Just look at visuals online of custom-reviewed pizzas. Pasquale's, Chuck E. Cheese's new name, Pasquale's. The temperature change that needs to be very precise and met properly, and the sicknesses. I hope this was very informative, and I hope you all feel spooky now. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I hope you have a wonderful day.